Hi everyone, it's Philippa at Flipcat Craft. Welcome back to my channel. Today's the second in my series of using art book pages to make ephemera. And this one is also inspired by Bonnie and Clive. I found out recently by watching one of the videos that Clive is actually her cat. And it's obviously a play on Bonnie and Clyde. So shout out to her, another crafter with a cat. So this is I've got a plain one here, a double tuck pocket, corner pocket I think she called it. And you could have it that way, or you could have it that way. And obviously it's made to be stuck down, so there's nothing on the back. And if you stick it down this way, you could glue three corners and have a back pocket. If you stick it down that way, you could have a side pocket, or not. And it's pretty quick to make. I discovered after making several, I was making it the wrong way, which is why some of my text is in all kinds of directions. But that just shows that it's actually, you know, do you, right? I love that quote. So I made a couple of smaller ones using my encyclopedia. And look, I've been inking in all kinds of colors, not just, you know, aged mahogany and walnut stain. So that one, as an experiment, I edged it in antique linen distress oxide. I was just trying to see if I could get just a similar effect to the natural aging color on this book. It's not quite the same color, but I think it's pretty close. And this one is the walnut stain, you know, pocket, and then I went colourful on the bigger book page. So that is aged mahogany, that's aged patina, and that is wicked potion, so villainous potion. And in these ones, I've just used a couple of my printables just to zhuzh them up a bit. And I've used my stitching stamp. So yeah, that's for those of us who don't sew, you can still get a bit of a stitch look going. I might change the stitching to a different color this time. Yeah, let's try that. All right, so onto the pockets. So we'll do it in two different sizes again. So first of all, this is the same process. This is a pretty disappointing encyclopedia page, unlike these ones. So I folded this one so that that's got an aloe plant, because I'm thinking of doing, you know, a botanical journal, and I thought that would be quite good. So I picked that one. And this one has, I want to say it's an ultimatum, but it's not. It's something called an ammeter, and that's going to be added to my ephemera that I'm collecting for when I do a steampunk one. Oh, this is the one where I worked out that I'd folded in the wrong direction, because that page and that page don't have the writing the same way. It doesn't matter. Whereas this one here, that page and that page are in the same direction, whereas the one behind is different. Again, doesn't matter. It's just all for a junk journal. Then I looked at it and went, I don't think that's how she did it in the video. And then I looked at it and went, oh yeah, I've done the landscape fold before I did the portrait fold or whatever, you know, however you describe it. Anyway, that's fine. So first of all, I'm going to glue the pages down. So the only image we've got is an anchovy. Ooh. I guess we'll feature that. It's my only option. Is my gluey page. So this is just to strengthen, and because this is a book from the 1920s encyclopedia. I note that it has less aging around the edges than the, what was Smith or whatever his name is, novel from the 1990s. So take that how you will. I don't know if that's just because that other book is in much poorer quality or not. Now, this is just the instructions that Bonnie uses. There may be other ways to do it, but part of it is have the text upside down. Now, the way I did it that's incorrect is by folding it up first. And that's because there's a different thing I've been working on that has the folding up and then folding to the side. But then when I saw it watched it again, it was fold to the side first. And then fold up. And she did laugh and say she couldn't believe she was doing it and, you know, showing people. But like people like me got it wrong. So I can't be the only one. So, you know, thanks for showing us. I figure there's no harm in breaking the rules, but it helps to know what the rules are before you break them. Anyway, I'm sure that glare. I wish I had a solution to the overhead lights glaring off my craft mat. So apologies for the white spots. So, all right, so there's my little anchovy image. And these are my folds. So if you want it on that way, you just have it fold that side. And if you want it that way, you'd flip it over and fold from that side. It took me ages to work that out. So again, not really good with this directional stuff. Now, this top one gets folded down. I think I've marked this up. Have I marked this up? No. No, I haven't. It's like panic attack. So fold that down to there. Crease it. The panic attack was because I've changed the way I fold it. I'd forgotten. I just had a momentary blank. And then just kind of free eyeball this, but you know, getting it at the same angle as that one. So then it's like that. Now, in one of them, it was this one. Yeah, so in this one, I didn't fold it all the way down to the corner. You can see here, that's because I would have cut off too much of the aloe plant, my image. So I just folded it, yeah, mostly, but just stopped a little bit the fold from going all the way. So that one was then shorter again. That was just as an FYI. So then I open these back out and then just glue these folds down. And look, if you're a person who stitches, you know, you probably don't have to glue them, but I guess it will stop them from being caught as you pull things in and out. Right, so that's that. And now we just need to glue that. So this is where I use my other glue. And again, if you're stitching, you probably don't need to do this. Just making sure I'm doing the right thing. Yeah. And that was the other thing about changing the way I folded. I had to change which side I glue. So I made like 5 or so the wrong way, and then I was like, oh no, that doesn't work. And then I had to glue a different edge because of the way the folds worked. So yeah. Of course, I didn't ink that. I was intending to. I forgot, and I've now glued it down. So we'll ink it now. This is the Antique Linen Distress Oxide. It's a nice sort of yellowing effect without being too in your face. There you are. If I grab a tag, I can show you, you've got a pocket there, and it's just glued down at the bottom, but there, it's not at the top, and you've got a pocket there. And if you had it attached there, you could have a pocket at the back like that. And you could, if you didn't have a little anchovy, or if you don't like your little anchovy, you can cover that up with some die cuts, some lace, anything you want. So the next one, I haven't pre-glued these pages. Let me just do that quickly before I tear them off. I do find it's a bit easier to glue them while they're still on the block. Oh yeah, I've really been a fan of Wilbur Smith books, so this is a great use. I have it in my box of, I mentioned I've got a box of books somewhere. I've got some like Jackie Collins and thrillers, that kind of stuff. So at some point I'll be able to source them. And all right, so text upside down. I'll do it this way. Yeah, because that's, and again, we've got this great aging. So fold and fold. And you could trim off the edge if you don't like it. I think it adds character. Oh, that's quite a good gap there. I like that. So I will do this corner again. I kind of find it easier just to open it out and fold it and actually glue it as I go. So do that. And then this one I kind of turn over just so I can make sure it's at the same angle. Don't want that page number there. So that's mostly the same angle. Now this time I'm going to ink it up before I glue it. Look at me remembering things. I'm not going to do too much here. I'm just going to do a little bit, just highlighting the edges rather than inking too much. I mean, I'm a very heavy-handed inker, you may have noticed. I do like to swipe a lot. And sometimes I actually pick up ink pads and swipe directly. Partly because I like the different effect that that gives. So that's because I'm trying not to overpower this beautiful edging. And now I'm going to glue this here. You know, and look, you could almost have that as a back pocket there. I wonder if I could do that. I'm going to do that. Look at me improvising while filming. Could be a complete disaster. Oh my goodness, that's driving me crazy. So normally I glue this whole thing down, but this time, in what could be an absolute disaster, I'm just gluing part of it. I wonder if I should like punch a little thing there. Just so that there's an indication that there's a pocket. Maybe. Looks kind of weird, but you know. And it could have been a hidden pocket, completely hidden pocket, but at least this way there's a bit of an indication that there's something there. Right, so that's that. That's that. I'll glue this down. Now, for these ones, you can see here, I stamp my stitching, which I can do again, but I also put some kind of die cuts, just my printables really, and so I thought I could do that again. So just seeing what I've got. I've got an Eiffel Tower, got a butterfly, looks right. So that's a stamped label, and then that's from some of my printables. So I'm just going to use a glue stick for those. I think I've mentioned in a previous video, I was just sick of not having the labels and the colours that I wanted, so I had a bit of a stamping session, and then I had a bit of a fussy cutting session in front of the TV. So that means I've got labels, so yay. So I have a digital kit coming out soon, and by soon I mean it's done. I just have to do all the screenshots for Etsy. It's called Paris Nights, and this is one of the fussy cuts from that, from the add-on kit. And this is from my butterflies fussy cuts, which is already available in rainbow colours. And I've even done a video about them. Why is that not sticking? Is that the wrong glue? This particular thing is probably a little bit more, it's a different type of paper. It's a thicker paper. And I'll just use this glue, I think, just to make sure it sticks down. I've got lots of this this particular blingy thing, and I like to use it down the back of butterflies, usually 3, maybe 4 I think. Can't remember where I got it. It might have been at a craft show or something. It will last me forever, and that's not an exaggeration. Look at the size of this, and look how many I use at a time. I will probably be using this for the rest of my life. And I do need to use the this glue for this one. Glue stick does not work, and craft glue doesn't really work either. It's not dimensional enough, I think. Anyway, so it's mostly flat. It's got a little bit of dimension on the pocket, but that should be okay. Unlike the tags, things are sliding into these. They're not, they don't have to be completely flat in the same way that you would want your tags to be. Now, of course, I've just made both of the ones I made now landscape. If I'd made a portrait, I could have had those arranged differently. Of course, that would have then been upside down. So probably best that I didn't do that. I would have had to probably use this one and fold those pages over, those corners over. So probably best that I did this side landscape. Anyway, so that's my pockets. I'm gonna move these out of the way. I've got different directions, different colors, different papers. I don't know what I'm doing. Some might be upside down, but I really like them. So thanks to Bonnie for the idea. And they're, despite me faffing around, they are pretty quick to make, and people who aren't directionally challenged can probably make them without making them upside down, and yeah, have some fun with them and make them colourful. They don't all have to be browns. And don't get me wrong, I love my browns and sepias, but I think that we need to bring some colour into these things as well. So that's it for me. If you've got ideas or links to good tutorials and videos about using book pages, let me know, because I'd love to get some ideas. Otherwise, give me some feedback. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and catch up with you next time. Bye.